is enough said.
Happy Taco Tuesday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Guys, please show some support. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We're pushing to 6,000 subscribers. Now together, please join me as we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Before we get to today's topic, you guys, just a few things I want to talk about. First and foremost, as we know, the Miami Heat have Game 2 tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He got blown out on Game 1. I know a lot of people are already waving the white flag. I don't understand why. It's only been one game. We should keep this energy, this momentum going into Game 2. What did I say? The Heat just got to steal one. And even if we don't win tonight, if you're able to get the 2 games in Miami, you can make this series competitive. Now look, I'm not delusional. I get it, you guys. Cleveland Cavaliers are one of the best offensive team. They're built great defensively. They've won 64 games. The likelihood that as an 8th seed, for us to defeat the 1st seed, again, without Jimmy Butler, it's difficult. Now look, if Jimmy was still with this team, then yeah, because Jimmy does pose that threat. But you saw what Cleveland did in Game 1. They made Tyler's life a living hell. And that's what great teams will do in the playoffs. When you have a team that has one specific player that is a great offensive player. Bam can hold his own. Wiggins can hold his own. Davion Mitchell can hold his own. There's even some games where Duncan Robinson can break out. But consistently, Tyler Hero is your guy. So we need a new strategy for Game 2. Spo has got to find great looks for Tyler. Guys have got to set some great screens. I feel that the Heat need to give more minutes to Kel'el Ware. 20 minutes is not enough. I know that he can get in foul trouble sometimes, but you need a big body out there. They have both Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. Playing Haywood Highsmith 40 minutes as alongside Bam Adebayo, reverting back to the small ball ways, is not going to beat this Cleveland Cavaliers team. Bam Adebayo at the center and Haywood Highsmith at the 4, it's not good enough to beat this Cleveland team. You're going to need to give Kel'el Ware some more time just to see what you have. I think Kel'el Ware should get a shot. I think Jaime Jaquez should get a shot. You need to change your rotation to make something work and to see what you have. There's a lot of young players on this team that can step up and that can be a contributing factor. So I think that Game 2, we need to do things differently. We need to throw shit to the wall and see what sticks. But one thing we can't do, you guys, is give up. We can't. We've already lost our 2025 draft pick to Golden State. I'm sorry, to OKC. By making the playoffs, we lost that draft pick. Now, yes, we've lifted the protections for the first round draft picks in 2026 and 2028. So you guys, this offseason is going to be very interesting. The Miami Heat are going to be players. And seeing the way this team plays against a team like Cleveland, it's going to be the same problem with teams like Boston, Milwaukee, New York. They're going to zero in on Tyler Hero in these playoff matchups. And they're going to tell the other Miami Heat players, beat us. We're going to make life miserable for your best scorer. You need to find somebody else. So I think Game 2 tonight, you need a big game from guys like Andrew Wiggins and Bam Adebayo. Davion Mitchell, we know what Davion Mitchell's going to do. He's probably one of the most consistent players on this team. But you need Duncan hitting his shots. You need Highsmith hitting his shots. What did I say before this series started? And for people that are going to say that I'm delusional thinking the Heat can win, what did I say? The likelihood of the Heat winning this series, very unlikely. You need to play perfectly for 4 games in order to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. And when I mean perfectly, I mean everyone. You need a more than 30-point performance from Tyler Hero. You need Bam Adebayo to go out there and do what he did in Game 1. You need Andrew Wiggins to score about 20 to 25 points. You need Davion Mitchell to damage off the bench. You need Duncan and Highsmith to hit their threes. You need Kyle Anderson to be versatile. You need perfection in order to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can the Miami Heat play perfect for 4 games? That's the question. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, you guys, I want to go back to highlighting a comment on my previous channel, the one that I cut yesterday, saying that how can the Miami Heat steal Game 2 from the Cleveland Cavaliers? This shout out goes to the Wandering Cardinal. Amazing comments you've been throwing out there, so I got to highlight you. This one was great. The Miami Heat didn't play that bad. Plus, they just played 2 very competitive play-in games. Cleveland had a whole bunch to prove because so many people were saying Miami could beat them. They have more pressure to win than we do. With some adjustments by Coach Spo, I think we can take game 2. We'll be ready this time. Also, I get that Bam scored 24 points, but he was missing too many easy shots. Facts. Bam could have had a better game. If Bam and Tyler had a better game, it could have been competitive. This is why you need your best players, your paying players, to outperform. That's what we need. Now, getting to the next topic of the video, you guys, that I want to talk about, it was officially reported by multiple outlets that the Miami Heat's first round draft pick has been officially declared. The Miami Heat will get the 20th pick in the 2025 NBA draft. This was a trade that they did, sending Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors, where they got that first round draft pick. Now, the Heat will only pick once, and it was also shown that their pick will go to OKC, which was 15th. So even though the Heat lost their first round draft pick this year, you guys, it wouldn't have been super high. The 20th pick is nothing to brag about. You know, it's not like this is a loaded 2025 draft class. I will say that. You're going to have a lot of players around the 20th pick that you can look at. There's guys like Danny Wolf, Ben Suraf, Thomas Sorber, Walter Clayton, Nolan Schroer. You also have Johnny Broom. You have Nick Clifford. Nick Clifford is someone that I'm looking at who is a ready now player and that can fit perfectly with this Miami Heat team. He's a 6'6" versatile player. He plays the wing. He can play the 3 and the 4. But you also have guys like Nolan Schroer and Walter Clayton Jr. and Ben Suraf, who are point guards. A point guard is something that you need on this team. I think the Miami Heat need to focus on getting some size, another wing. You know, wings don't hurt. Or a point guard. A point guard would probably be the best case because your point guards next year are going to be Davion Mitchell, Terry Rozier, and Drew Smith. I like Davion Mitchell and Drew Smith, but you need another point guard on this team. You need a facilitator. Now, a lot of people are thinking that might be Isaiah Stevens. Maybe, maybe not, but another point guard can help. But Nick Clifford, he just keeps standing out. You know I cut a video where I talked about Liam McNeely, Nick Clifford, and Nolan Schroer. Nolan Schroer, he's a pass-first-minded point guard from France. You know, he can fit well. There's going to be a lot of players that you can get into that spot. But none of these players, in my opinion, are guys that you look at when you're drafting and you think, these are the face of the franchise. I can't say that. What I will say is that you have a lot of players in this 2025 draft that can help you now, that can be an asset going into next season, that can be a quality role player. So I want to hear from you, Heat Nation. Who do you like with a potential 20th pick? Do you think that the Miami Heat should go for somebody that can fit a need, like a center, a point guard, maybe a wing? Or do you think, hey, bro, with the 20th pick, just get the best player? You draft a player. You can maybe add that player in a potential trade piece. You can maybe take that 20th pick, take some future first-round draft picks. Now the Heat are going to be players. Now that you've lifted protection for 2026 and 2028, now you're going to have multiple first-round draft picks that you can add in a trade. One thing that we're seeing about this team, you saw how competitive they were with Cleveland the first 3 quarters. They dropped it in the 4th. I've been saying this since the Jimmy Butler trade. When we've seen this youth movement team out there, they're good. They can get some leads, but they can't close games. You need that closer. Maybe it's Kevin Durant where you don't have to give up so much assets. Maybe you can make a groundbreaking trade for Anthony Edwards or John Moran or something like that, or Trae Young, even though I don't feel Trae Young's the best fit on this team, but you never know. But this offseason is going to be very interesting. Because not only are we going to be under the luxury tax for for the first time in 9 years, but we're also going to have young assets, expiring contracts, and draft capital. So it's going to be interesting, Heat fans. So for those that have given up on this team, and for those of you that are about to give up on this team, hold tight, because I see some big things coming. So let me know what you think in the comments, Heat Nation. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave me your best comment and it'll be highlighted on tomorrow's episode. I love you guys so much. Thank you. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.